welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about limiting beliefs, and in particular how to identify if you have any limiting beliefs. And we're going to see the three areas in which it could be and it will be easier to identify if you have any. So ready? Let's begin. So first of all, many of us have hidden limiting beliefs or limiting beliefs in general, and they're not always easy to spot because many times they are actually unconscious. However, limiting beliefs are really important in our lives, but because they actually affect the way that we think, we act, and we live, basically. However, these beliefs can really actually rule our lives, and this was demonstrated by a famous experiment conducted by Jane Elliott, who was a teacher, and she told her pupils that people with blue eyes are actually more intelligent than people with dark eyes. And just by saying that, her pupils with blue eyes or green eyes highered their scores. So I mean, this is amazing, right? Just by believing this, you actually get to higher your performance and intelligence, or the other way around. The good news is that these limiting beliefs can actually be changed, and the first step, as usual, as with anything, is to become aware that you do have this belief, because just knowing that you have them actually minimizes the power that they can have. And the second step is to actually spot them and confute the reality that proves your hidden beliefs wrong. If you can see that there is a different way of seeing the situation, then you can shift your belief. So, for example, there was a study at Stanford University, very interesting, where it's demonstrated that just by changing your mindset and what you believe in, things can change. So to one group of students, they showed other students of the year before that actually told them that, yes, it's true, maybe at the beginning you might feel that it's hard, but then, don't worry about it, things will adjust and you will be okay, and it becomes easier and you can actually succeed. So don't be afraid of, not being able to. And what happened was that the students who were shown this video did have higher grades, and they got a lot better during the year. And they even gained confidence, the opposite of the student who didn't actually watch the video. So there are three ways of spotting your limiting beliefs or the things you believe in, and these are actually your self-talk, your disproportionate reactions, and your repeating patterns. So, self-talk is when you actually talk to yourself, the way you talk to yourself in your mind. And usually is after the statement, I am, that is what you think of yourself. So when we say I am not organized, I am a procrastinator, I am lazy, we are actually identifying with that behavior. The thing is, it's hard changing a behavior if you think that is you, that's who you are, that is your identity. So we need to be very careful of what we put after the word I am. We need to acknowledge that these are just behaviors and they are not who we are. So let me know in the comments what are the I am statements that you use regularly? And what are the ones that don't serve you? And what I am statement could you use instead? Another self-limiting belief is in the word what if. So what if I lose everything? What if I fail? So our if may be negative, but we can actually flip them and make them positive. And why not say, well, what if everything works out perfectly? And what if I succeed? And what if I, actually become rich? So another question to help you with this is, what statement with if, negative statement with if, do I use regularly? And how can I change that? With what positive ifs can I change that? Okay, another way of spotting, we said, number 2, is disproportionate reactions. And this is really interesting if you never thought about it. For example, usually when you have a disproportionate reactions, that means that you actually have a hidden story behind that reaction. For example, if your partner doesn't wash the dishes, right? And you get really, really upset about that. There is usually behind that a different story. It's not actually the act of washing the dishes and why he didn't do it. It's actually because you attach to it a deeper meaning. This is probably a trigger of your hidden story. And this hidden story might be, oh gosh, he doesn't love me enough, he doesn't respect me, he never listens to me, I am not worthy of being loved, and I can never have the relationship I wish for. Everyone is mistreating me and not respecting me. Okay, could be your hidden story. It is always the meaning that you attached to that action or non-action. And your reactions or your disproportionate reactions don't actually happen only in your behaviors, but they happen in your thoughts and your feelings also. I can give you my experience in this, and it had to do with washing the dishes and my daughter. When I asked her to wash the dishes, before my healing, I would get really triggered when she didn't listen to me, or she seemed to take things not seriously, or maybe make me wait for like ages before she used to wash the dishes. Obviously, because of my wounds, I read this as, she doesn't respect me, she doesn't listen to me, she doesn't love me, and so on. And that was obviously my story. It was because of my traumas, and it wasn't actually because of her. That was just the meaning that I gave to her behavior, but it wasn't necessarily like that. It was just because, she was a teenager, and sometimes they just can't be bothered to do things. But it wasn't because she didn't love me or she didn't respect me. That's just my experience. The thing is, I got really upset and I maybe shouted at her. No reason. It was just something that was happening inside of me. When I felt my blood boiling, and that was just because of me, totally because of me, and not because of her. So ask yourself, is there any situations in which I get triggered and I have these exaggerated reactions in my behaviors, in my thoughts, and in the way I speak, in the way I act? And what drives these reactions? what is the hidden belief behind those reactions. So the last way in which we can identify our hidden beliefs are our repetitive patterns. And we all know we are creatures of habit. So in these habitual patterns, you can actually find clues of having hidden beliefs. For example, in your life, do you find repeatedly yourself in the same situations? Do you always play the same roles in relationships or with your friends? Are you always the victim or the savior or the doormat? What about in your jobs? Do you repeatedly get abandoned, get injured? Do you have money struggles or have conflicts with your co-workers all the time? Remember that our external circumstances actually reflect our inner beliefs and our inner stories. Thinking about these examples I just said to you, can you identify any repeating patterns in your lives? What are these patterns telling you about your belief system? What must you believe for this to happen all the time? And what belief systems or patterns may you have to change to have a better and more satisfying life? And what belief system might you have to change those patterns? So please let me know all your answers, in the comments. I am very curious of what you came up with. I hope, once again, this was a useful video for you and you learned something new. So take care and maybe watch some other videos, So it was a pleasure spending some time with you again. Don't forget to subscribe and activate that bell. Take care. Bye-bye.